Congratulations, recently named President, CEO of Grow Clinton. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's an honor and it's very humbling at the same time. I've been involved in this community since I moved here in 2012. 2016 started the Clinton Regional Development Corporation, and now here we are, 2022. I was named president and CEO of a combined organization known as Grow Clinton.
Let's talk about the idea of this merger and the formation. How did that all come about, Andy?
Well, the idea is decades old. We've been trying to merge probably for the better part of 10 plus years and really just couldn't find a time to make it all happen because it takes a tremendous amount of effort, not only from staff, but also from volunteer individuals. 15 months ago, we sat around a table, had a conversation, thought, well, we had a pandemic. We were able to get through that just fine as an organization, both the CRDC and the Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce. Why not consider merging, consolidating our efforts, being a more impactful and I feel strategic and effective organization as a merged group? We were already under one roof, so why not? We put together a merger committee, again, over a year ago, started working with local attorneys to make it happen, started working through the logistics of merging, and here we are now today where we finally come to fruition. Last Thursday, we had a meeting of all investors and all members of the Chamber of Commerce to support what's called legally a plan of merger. So our legal name is Greater Clinton Partners for Growth, with a fictitious name or doing business as Grow Clinton. Simple, rolls off the tongue. I like it.
Let's talk about that restructuring process because it seems like it was quite an involvement to get this going.
We don't have enough airtime to talk about how difficult it was to get this moving. And it really was not difficult because of opposition. Everybody from our board of directors to our investors to the members of the Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce, now Grow Clinton, were supportive. That part was easy. The most difficult part was working through the legal process. So we had to develop a plan of merger. We had to have an all investors meeting. Prior to that, we had to have resolutions issued by the board of directors, voted on unanimously. And then we had to file with the Secretary of State to ensure that our name could be Grow Clinton, which it is today. We got notification yesterday. Those papers have been filed. So we are officially a merged organization. The legal process was the most difficult. Gathering buy-in and support for this merger was simple.
Going forward now, you pointed out the board of directors. There was a board of directors for the chamber, board of directors for the CRDC. Where do you go from here now?
So we've now consolidated our board down to approximately 11 members and 5 ex officios. They are meeting, and today having their second meeting this afternoon of the board of directors. We will have an annual meeting in June where we will then elect a new board of directors that will have staggered terms. So this board of directors that sits today is referred to as an interim board. Again, all legal minutia that we just have to navigate through to make it all come to fruition. But we have a group right now in place of passionate volunteers. My whole thing, and I know Jenny Holm here sitting next to me from the Grow Clinton, she currently serves the member engagement coordinator. We want to have an engaged board of directors. That means people that are willing to get involved, roll up their sleeves, and actually support the organization. Not just show up for a board meeting, but be there when staff needs them to bounce ideas off of and honestly serve as mentors to us as we grow and expand.
Again, visiting with Andy Sokolovich, just recently named president and CEO. What about the current board members? Do you see some of them staying on, and how are you maybe trying to recruit new board of director members?
We're always recruiting new board of director members. Why? Because they bring new ideas, right? We are so thankful for those directors that have been with us for a very long time. They've brought structure, they've brought discipline, they've brought insights to the organization as a whole. However, we as a staff want to inject some new ideas, new feelings of what Clinton should be moving forward. So we're trying to get albeit a younger audience to come in, because we have a lot of conversations, Gary, around the board table about what we need to do to make our community a place that people want to live, grow, raise their family. Often, though, we tap into those individuals for that feedback that are maybe retired. They're living a different life than the future of our community. So we have several people in mind that we've reached out to and solicited to become members of our board of directors moving forward. And I'm excited because a lot of them have accepted the nomination. Now, as we move into an annual meeting in June, we'll sit down with our current board. We'll put forth a slate of potential directors. We'll probably have a closed ballot vote. And once dust settles from that vote on June 14th, from the annual meeting, we'll have a new slate of directors with staggered terms that we can tap into for guidance as we develop what's going to be the Rockstar one-stop shop organization for business development and expansion and retention here in the greater Clinton region.
I always find it interesting. Jenny and I are both Clinton natives. You mentioned you've been here in the community since 2012. I think of Matt Brook, our current city administrator, his excitement that he has for the city. You obviously have that same kind of passion. Address that. People coming into our community, trying to help our community.
I'm more excited than Matt Brook. Plus, I can beat him in an arm wrestling competition. I'm guarantee it. If he's listening, challenge accepted, right? People that come into the community, there is no utopia, Gary. I've never been somewhere, and I've lived all over the country. I've never been somewhere where somebody says, I love my property taxes and I am satisfied with the amount of potholes that we have. Everywhere you go, they complain about the same things. There is no utopia. You get out of your community what you put into it. And that's my charge to everybody listening. That's my challenge. If you really want this community to thrive and grow and progress and be a place that you want to raise children and grandchildren, you have to get involved. Nothing happens by slapping bad news on social media and going off on a rant. What happens is when you put in sweat equity, and again, you roll up your sleeves and do something to make a change. We have several individuals I can think of off the top of my head that have moved in the community and have been part of what I consider to be an aggressive change. We've seen hundreds of millions of dollars of capital investment in the Clinton region over the course of 3 to 5 years. Substantial. And while you may not see that in a Chick-fil-A, right? The all-encompassing Chick-fil-A that somebody wants to see exist on Main Street, but you see it in the growth of Nestle Purina Pet Care. You see it in the growth of Archer Daniels Midland. You see it in the expansion, the growth of Lyondell Basell. That's money injected into our community. That's new wealth. That's economic development, and that's progress.
And you make some very good points there. And your primarily was with economic development with the CRDC. The chamber, of course, they're trying to deal with all businesses. You are dealing with primarily maybe industry. How do you see those two coming together, Andy?
It's going to be simple. It's going to be effective. We're going to place a lot of our efforts moving towards entrepreneurial development. When you think of how many legacy third-generation companies, I hear many of them advertised right here on this station, that we have within the community. It's amazing what we've been able to do over the years by inspiring and helping those entrepreneurs grow. First generation, second generation, third generation. So in order for us to continue to grow from a small business development standpoint, we have to invest in entrepreneurial development. What does that mean? That means if you have an idea to start a business, but you're scared, you're timid, you don't know if it's going to work, you need some place to go. You need advice. You need identification of what you need to do for your small business plan. You need to learn about small business math and basic financing. Where do you go to do that? You go to Grow Clinton. We're the group right now that's going to support that moving forward. We're going to be the one-stop shop hub for entrepreneurial development. So whether it's hanging your shingle on Main Street or Main Avenue, or it's hanging your shingle on Fifth Avenue, whether you're downtown Clinton, downtown Lyons, it doesn't matter. You want to start a business and you want to be successful, you come to Grow Clinton for advice and support. That's what we're here for, and that's honestly what we're paid to do.
All right. Well, thank you again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's bring Jenny in. Jenny, what are we talking about this morning with you?
Well, one of the things that we're going to do as a new organization is our events are going to serve a greater purpose than just, having an event for Grow Clinton. Our next event is going to be May 12th, which is a Thursday from 6 to 9 at Vista Grande. It will be an event that 50% of our ticket sales and sponsorships will go to the YWCA kitchen renovation project. It's $30 per ticket. There will be dinner or appetizers, drinks, dancing. come on out, have a good time. You can register at clintonia.com or call the office at 563-242-5702 and bother Karen, tell her you want to go.
All righty. Well, I think this is a great endeavor, no doubt. Great excitement on the part of Andy Sokolovich down there. Jenny, I know you're going to do a great job
Thank you.
going forward as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just a simple goal. What are you really hoping to accomplish, Andy?
Awareness. I want Grow Clinton to be at the tip of everybody's tongue, no matter what it is, whether it's entrepreneurial development, it's expansion of existing industries, it's the growth of our workforce, it's the attraction of new talent, whether it's housing. I want everybody in the community to think of Grow Clinton first as your one-stop shop resource.
Thank you both for coming in
Thank
today.
Grow Clinton, a regional nonprofit organization focused on promoting business growth, building community, and advocating for the sustainable economic success of the greater Clinton region. Grow Clinton This Morning, a program in partnership with KROS.
Once again, our thanks to Andy and Jenny for stopping by today on Grow Clinton.